exciting. It's, I dropped my first song a year ago, and that was like crazy. Just because you don't know what's going to happen when you put your music out there, right? Like you have no idea, especially because I put it out independently.
Yep.
So it could totally tank, or it could, do okay, or it could just do so many things, or you could get like people writing you being like, hey man, like hate mail, which I don't really care for anymore. But at the time, like it's definitely a scary thing. And I got insanely lucky with my first single. It actually went to Canadian radio. And then that kind of became like a catapult for the rest of the project. But, now more than ever, I'm not necessarily so nervous to put it out, but I'm more just really excited for people to hear these new songs and just pumped to get it out.
Well, they sound
Nice.
great, and you should be, because obviously you're going to start seeing those numbers go up, and this is kind of the exciting times, because as you watch people hit your videos and those numbers skyrocketing, it's like getting that appreciation, even though it's like, you don't have someone out there telling you all the time, but as you see the numbers going up, you're like, people love this. People are listening to it or watching it and rewatching it. And that in itself is showing you how much people are enjoying your music.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And like with not being able to play live, for the past 3+ months, everything has moved online. So my life now is so different than it used to be. It's funny, man. Like I have some siblings and friends who all kind of work, pretty normal jobs, like finance, law, things like that. And they're like, Mike, what's a normal day for you? Like, and I'm just like, yeah, there's never a normal day, ever.
Just
like,
send them a
always
selfie of you in your underwear eating a giant bowl of cereal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. It's gotta be Cookie Crisp too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh man, I have to ask you. Okay, so even though I'm not, I don't put myself out there, I have to say, like, as I make new music, I find that, and I have to ask you if you do this too, but like if I look back on a song that I wrote and saved, a year ago, and I do a new song, I'm always like super critical of the stuff that was out before, because I would have used like a new technology, or I've done something different, or I've tweaked something just a little bit better on the new song. So I look back on my old songs and I'm like, oh, those were shit. This one's going to be awesome. Do you do the same thing? Like, do you feel that evolution of your music as time goes on?
Yeah, 100%. I would say it's a little different for me. I kind of took like almost like a disciplined approach to songwriting. So like, cause the first song that I wrote, I mean, the title says how fucking terrible it is. The title was, Hoping Heart. Hoping Heart. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hoping Heart? Are you kidding me? Like, you know what I mean? And so that was the first song I wrote. And yeah, the lyrics are just as terrible as you'd think they would be. Like, Hoping Heart. Get out of here. But anyways, I wrote, after that, I probably wrote like 500 or 600 songs. And out of those, a couple of them were fine. And then I wrote another 500 or 600 songs. And out of those, like, a bunch of them were I was cool with them and I liked what they were saying. But it took me a really long time to like continue, because each time I would look back, I would go, no, this isn't good. No, this isn't good. No, this isn't good. Now I'm at a point where I've been writing for so long that I can look back and actually be happy with some songs that I've already released and a lot of songs that I've written. But it took me forever to get there. And like I said, Hoping Heart, so.
People are now going to try to go back and listen to this old track, right?
Well, that was never released, luckily. I actually played that at the Manhattan School of Music for my senior recital. And it actually got the biggest applause out of anything I played that entire night. Wow. But I think that was just because everybody felt really bad for me.
It's probably good.
Like, keep hoping, Mike. Keep hoping.
Exactly. I'm so proud of you, Mike. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. Right on. So maybe we should turn around and get into the second half of our show with Maddie's rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire question.
All right, we're gonna get to know you here. You ready?
No.
No, they're not that rapid.
No, it's true. There's no wrong answers.
No,
Okay.
take your time if you want. All right, here we go. Question number 1. What made-up word would you register into the English language?
Oh, God. That's a really tough question, only because I don't want to waste it, because there are so many times where I'm like, I wish this was a word.
Now's your chance. Now's your chance.
Now's my chance.
Mine's discombobulated.
I think that's actually been put somewhere now.
Has it? Is that a word?
Yeah, I think because so many
Really?
people use it. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll look that up after the show.
I guess it would have to be funnest.
Funnest.
Yeah.
Yeah, funnest. Only because it irks me so much that it's wrong.
Yeah.
and everyone says it. So if it was right, then I would get rid of that.
Yeah.
So funnest.
Yeah. The funnest
Awesome.
day of my life. Yeah, why not? Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
I like funnest.
Well, funner is also a good one.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, man. The inner me just wants to be like more fun. Yeah, I'm a bit of a grammar Nazi.
Yep.
Scariest dream that you can remember?
Scariest dream. I do actually have a lot of scary dreams. But I would have to say, and this was when I was young. Now it's not very scary, but definitely it used to scare the crap out of me. I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and when I used to live, at my folks' place, they had this bed, and there was this kind of like it was almost like a circular hallway that went all the way around the bed, and then all the way around like the other room that was behind the bed. And I used to have a dream that 2 raptors, and this was because I saw Jurassic Park when I shouldn't have.
Yep.
My parents told me not to. Two raptors would chase me around that room, and it was like a loop. It was like a TikTok, and it wouldn't stop. And then eventually, and I'm sure you guys have had this, because this is like a classic dream where gravity just starts to pull you down to the point where like you have difficulty walking and running, like you just can't anymore.
Yep.
And then the raptors would catch me, and I would wake up. It was terrifying.
Oh, so you were like the claustrophobic and being eaten by raptors. That's a double whammy there. So
yeah, plus the gravity thing, whatever you call that. I don't know what you would call that.
That's what I'm saying. It makes you feel claustrophobic when gravity's pulling you down. I know exactly what you're talking about, because you're being sucked to the floor. You feel like you can't move.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
As long as you woke up before they eviscerated you, that's you don't want to get halfway into that and then you wake up.
You get to choose one superpower. What would you pick?
Wow, these are really good questions, because there are a lot. Invisibility is one that I think of a lot.
Yeah.
Invisibility would be pretty awesome, because you could like go into a room and hear what record executives are saying, and try to get ahead of the curve. That would be pretty cool.
I'd use it for different reasons, but yeah, record execs.
What was that?
I said I'm glad you didn't go the weird perverted way, and then Maddie spoke up, and we know exactly where he was going with that.
Yeah, Matt was going back to the beach.
Yeah.
Back with the girls.
Back to the chick.
And I ain't saving no one. I'm just watching.
Oh, Jesus.
Was that weird?
That's creepy and that's creepy and perverted all at the same time.
Yeah,
Good job, Matt.
All right, invisibility. I love it.
I would say invisibility. Yep.
All right. Earliest childhood memory.
I was 2, and I almost drowned. I sunk to the bottom of a pool, and I just remember it being the coolest experience of my life. And it's crazy, man. Like a lot of people that I've spoken to, their first memory also has to do with drowning. Like if they had a memory from when they were 2 or 3. I don't know what it is about us humans, but we seem to remember that. And so, yeah, I basically just jumped into a swimming pool, not realizing that my water wings were off. And my brother, who's 11 years older, saw me And, because of that, he got everybody involved, and they just went and got me from the deep end. But I do remember just sitting like cross-legged and staring around, and it was just so, so cool. So that was my first memory.
My first instinct was to be like, don't do this at home, children's disclaimer. But let's be honest, children don't listen to our show. So that's, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try it with
children,
your kids.
Yeah.
What activity makes you the happiest?
Probably wakeboarding.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would
That's a
say
good
it's
one.
kind
We
of the
haven't
first
had
thing
that before.
that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's I feel so comfortable on the water. And I've been like a board guy since I was super young. Like I used to skate all the time. And then I snowboarded for a long time, but broke way too many bones. So stopped doing that. And then, turned that into wakeboarding. So I would say definitely like wakeboarding or surfing or kind of anything on a board. I really love.
So as you're hitting all these elements, have you tried doing the board and skydiving? Because that's only the next obvious one, right? Is now air.
I haven't done that. Well, I like to think that I spend time in the air when I wakeboard, but I don't know. I'm getting older now, so I'm trying to do like less and less inverts. But
yep.
I haven't done the skydiving thing, or the that I don't even know what you'd call it, but that like boarding in the air. I'll be
like
crazy,
Tommy
but...
from the Power Rangers movie, Tony.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I never watched the Power Rangers movie, but I'm gonna trust you on that one because I know that.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
No, my generation was the actual TV show, not the movies.
What color
You know
was
what I thought
Tommy
about
again?
the other day?
Yeah.
What if the putties, like they were just innocent, but they couldn't speak English? So, and they were just saying like, "Don't hit us, we're innocent,"
We brought cookies.
right? But it came out like, blah, 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 and the Power Rangers were like, "Let's kill them."
That was the original form of injustice right there. We don't understand what he's saying. Kick his ass.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I thought of that.
Wow.
Just, anyways,
Yeah.
I thought I'd share.
All right. Next question.
What foreign language would you like to learn?
Italian.
Very cool.
Yeah, Italian. Straight up Italian. I was just there, and it's just such a nice language, man. I love it.
I'd just like to be able to order dinner without looking like an idiot.
Yeah. And also just like the wine list. I don't know. You just sound like a boss when you talk in Italian.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you could choose a decade to live in for a while, which one would you pick?
Oh, that would definitely be it would be in between, like sometime in the 50s or the 60s.
Yeah.
Only because I'm like a saxophone player, and that was kind of pop music back then, or like, I guess 30s, 40s, 50s, that whole era. But 50s, 60s, you had that whole like Miles Davis, John Coltrane era.
Mm-hmm.
So to be alive in those times would be so cool as a musician. It would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Great answer. Do you have a go-to joke?
No.
No?
That's fair.
Hey, some people do, some people don't. We got to ask.
Yep.
Definitely not. I have a go-to like really corny joke that I do when it's PG, when people are like, "Hey, what's your music joke?" And I just say one, and I just say one because it's so incredibly bad, and I say it straight face. What do you expect when you go to see a Mike Ruby show with the symphony?
What?
Sax and violins.
So good.
It works. Yep.
I like
Yeah,
it.
that's my really bad go-to, but I try to not use that.
It's okay. It makes a good dad joke. Yeah, we can pull that off.
Awesome icebreaker.
Yep.
Hey, if you
That's
tell
like
that to a chick and she
grandpa
sticks
joke.
around, just marry her.
Yep.
First movie that made you cry.
First movie. Dude, I don't know. I'm such an emotional musician. not okay. Like
Every
show
movie
me-
makes him cry.
dude, show me a puppy hugging his owner, and I've got a tear in my eye. It's pathetic. Pathetic.